A week ago, my friend declared to have ended the world. I didn't believe it then, but now, as always, I'm beginning to doubt. I live in Cepeda de la Sierra, south of Salamanca. I work as a painter. I don't know your opinion on my profession. Perhaps some of you find it romantic or liberating. If so, I will sadly confess that my experience contradicts that view. Of course, I can only speak for myself, but my work has led to a painful routine that dominates and corrects me. However, I still have a sliver of hope, and I wish that one day, if there are more days, I can paint everything I want to paint. Allow me to tell you about my friend 𝓬𝓸𝓭. I say friend, but I could have said rival. He is also a painter, although with a more optimistic opinion of the profession. Since we were little, we showed an outstanding ability for drawing, and time kept us on that path. I remember him at school saying that he was the best painter in the world. A preposterous statement. Did he not know Velázquez or Goya? We had both already seen the works of the great geniuses. I told him off for those barbarisms. He told me off for a lack of humor and a supposed inability to perceive irony. Back then, we helped each other improve, although that implied the occasional sharp criticism that the ego endured as best it could. Ricardo's body and mind are both impetuous. I'm easy to forget and philosophical. People say that he is funny and that I am gullible. Among the contrast that exists between us, the difference in our art is the most fundamental. Ricardo has a photographic conception of art that is only satisfied by hyper-realistic paintings. His canvases are exact replicas of reality. His talent for copying is undeniable. I once saw him finish one of his cityscapes. I alternated my gaze between the building in his painting and the actual building. At one point, I doubted which one was real. Then I looked at Ricardo, who was staring at the street defiantly. It seemed to irritate him that after having made such a perfect reproduction, the building was still standing. He didn't say so, but he thought that the street was the copy and his painting the original. I, on the other hand, use an unpredictable and suggestive style. My strokes offer just enough information for the viewer to draw their own conclusions from it. I am not looking to make copies, but rather to create something new, if that is possible. I am going to give a controversial opinion, which will surely infuriate many. I consider art and reality to be opposite elements. There is a continuum between them, and therefore, hyperrealism is not art. Be that as it may, my semantics have no value. I'm only expressing this so that you get an idea of my opinion on Ricardo's works. How can he be so literal and I so creative? Let's move on to matters of greater importance. Earlier in the year, Ricardo declared his intention to hold an exhibition. In it, he would include not only his mirroring paintings, but also photographs. I let him know that for me, those two things were the same. I couldn't help myself. Equating a painting to a photograph is, in my estimation, the worst insult an artist can receive. I felt bad for saying those words, but as you can imagine, Ricardo took them as a compliment. The exhibition, however, hid a very different intention. Ricardo intended, through his paintings and photographs, to duplicate Cepeda in its entirety. I feared that his talent had developed so much that the artistic replica would make the village physically disappear. When he heard my prediction, Ricardo laughed and confessed that this was precisely his intention. He explained to me that if he achieved his goal, Cepeda and its people would be immortal and would live happily in a world made of art. I was of the opposite opinion. To live in that world would be to be trapped and dead. My point of view made him laugh again. I could see some of his paintings in progress. They seemed to be absorbing reality. I tried to save Cepeda as best I could, and secretly modified some works. When Ricardo found out, he punched me, perhaps deservedly so, and I was banned from his studio. We didn't see each other again until the day of the exhibition. It took place during the summer. As soon as he saw me, Ricardo spoke to me using an indecipherable tone. It will sadden you to know that, during all this time, I have not only duplicated Cepeda, but also many other cities of the planet. Therefore, it could be said that I have destroyed the world, couldn't it? The following laughter assured me that he felt he had saved it. I gave up. That summer day, the sun was falling from the sky in the form of needles. It seemed to me appropriate weather for the end of the world. A few days have passed since the exhibition, I think. Have Ricardo's paintings had any effect? The fact that I can only prove that I live in the present, the labyrinthine routine that dominates me, the fact that I seem to be telling this story over and over again. All these things make me think that I am inside one of his paintings and that I was right. The memories I have, some of which I have recounted in these lines, would be nothing more than one of the features of a perfect copy. Here I am, motionless and imprisoned, as immortal as I am dead. Is the me that resides in the painting a replica, or has my entire being been transported here? Will Ricardo also be in this world? Is this July 23rd, 1989, the only day that exists? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving a like and subscribing to the channel. Have a good day.